being a little older, we were trained different about money, trained different about credit. We were taught different things about credit and credit cards. Rich people are always in debt because they never touch their own money. We always hear it all the time, other people's money. That's credit cards. You got a $20,000 card, you got a $10,000 card, we need to have $50,000 at closing. You pull 10, you pull 10, I'll pull 10, you pull 10, you'll pull 10. We got $50,000. Let's go close on this apartment building together. This is Legra.
This is Stephanie.
This is Cherie.
And this is Ivania.
And this is Timeless and Unfiltered, where we are spilling the tea on midlife, one laugh at a time. All right, you don't have nothing special, did you? No little song or ditty you need to do before? You still nasty girl.
She left over from the last time.
You still nasty girling, huh? You been nasty girling all week? Okay. This is Legra with Timeless and Unfiltered.
This is Stephanie.
This is Cherie.
And Ivania is out with us today. However, we still gonna keep spilling the tea on midlife.
One laugh at a time.
One laugh at a time. You've been nasty girling all week, huh?
Well, nobody to be nasty with.
Ever since we did that episode, you just called me talking about nasty girl.
I'm not nasty for real.
You need to be. I would just say, please, Jesus, help. Well, let's talk today a little bit about just kind of what's next in our lives, transitioning. I know we've been all talking about different career things. First of all, we all have our own careers, own businesses, things like that. But what's next? What's next in this fabulous 50s?
You know what I realized? The days of retiring from a job, if you haven't been at that job for a specific amount of time, I don't think there's any such thing anymore as retiring from a position.
I agree.
Because like I've talked about my transition in employment. And so it's like, I feel like I always have to have some type of backup, like something, or even a partner in life.
Why does the voice do that?
Because it's like, it's stressful. It's just, I think it'd be easier with a partner because if one person lost their position, then somebody else could, hang on to things. But if it's just one person and you just at the God's grace, which God has been graceful with me. And so I know for me, I'm working. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
But I'm trying to like pivot maybe a little differently in my life, where I want to be like a digital nomad. And so I'm in the process of trying to sell my home. And I feel like I don't want rent, I don't want mortgage. Like I just don't want all that overhead anymore. Or if I do it, I would want to do it with a partner the next time. It's a lot owning the home.
So your home is on the market, and if you sell it here anytime soon, what's the plan?
I'm gonna be traveling around. So I have certain cities
Okay.
that I want to go post up at. So my daughter's in Tampa. So I said, I'm gonna come down there for like 2 weeks, get like a little Airbnb or something, sit down there with her for 2 weeks. Then I want to go to Phoenix, sit there for like 2 weeks somewhere. Then I want to go to Dallas.
Well, let me know when you go to Dallas. I might come hang out.
Okay, come on. Then I want to go to Dallas, and then I want to go to Chicago.
Oh yeah, let me know when we go to Chicago.
And then I want to go to Manhattan for a couple of weeks, get an Airbnb. I want to post up and just walk around, become a local at the bar, like for a couple of weeks.
You gonna be Norm?
Yeah.
Like
be a local at
Cheers.
all these different bars. Because plus, I want to open up my own bar. So it's really essentially me getting out, talking to bar owners. I'm like, hey, so how you just... And then I want to open up different locations. So me traveling around, creating networks, and maybe securing bases for my bar is what I want to do. And then I want to go to London, and I want to stay in London for like a month.
Yeah, let me know when you go to London.
Yeah. I want to stay in London for a month. I want to go to Italy, stay in Italy for a month, and maybe Thailand for a month.
Oh, wow.
And then I'll just, hey, welcome back, US. But I just want to get out and do things. I told my kids, listen, I'm about to be gone. House gonna be gone. I don't have anything tethering me here right now, so I'm gonna go experience some things and start doing things by myself. I've always waited for people to dude, you gonna come with me? You come?
Yeah.
I'm about to get out and
Solo
just,
travel. Solo travel.
I'm about to do it. So
That sounds exciting, though.
it does. I'm like, please, Jesus, let it work out.
It's going to work out. But you know what? Plan one from planners of travel.
Yeah,
Plan
yeah.
one phase at a time.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do.
You know what I'm saying? Because you may have to pivot and it may not go exactly
the way
like
you
that.
planned,
But you know what? I'm going to be here for 2 weeks and work them 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, then what's the next phase? You may have to skip one and go to the next one and come back to that one or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get stuck to anybody's structure or schedule.
I want to meet different people. It's just a whole big old world out here. And I told my kids, we're not limited to just living in the U.S.
Yeah.
You can live anywhere. That's why I started traveling my kids abroad very, very early. Like, we don't have to just stay in Georgia. We don't have to just stay in the U.S. We can just branch out. So I've been like, y'all want to go to China? They were like, what? Listen, I'll get them started over there. Like, I'm just dead ass wanting to do something different. So
It's exciting, though.
it sounds exciting.
So just, have that little girlfriend time. Be like, yeah.
Hey, y'all gonna come on?
Yeah, I'm coming out to Chicago.
Come on, y'all.
You want to Thailand?
Come on, y'all.
I love London. London, I have not been to London in years.
Yeah, I wanna
but
go.
it is still probably one of my favorite places. I think it was it's something about the history. Like, we don't have places like that. We have plantations you can go visit.
Nobody want to see that.
You know what I'm saying? But when you just walk and all of a sudden a big old castle pop up,
You're like, oh.
with the rolling hills and the sheep up in the
Like in the
meadow.
movies?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in the movies,
Yeah.
like wow, we don't have that kind of history over here to
I wanna
see that.
see it
Yeah, it's
in my life,
amazing.
and not just on TV.
The cobblestone streets and everything still
Hello,
look like
Governor.
gingerbread houses
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
I wanna be a
Yeah,
part
that
of
there's
it.
still a lot of communities and stuff like that. It's amazing.
I want to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I love London. Now you're gonna be hungry.
Eat fish and chips.
No, you're gonna eat a lot of American food because I don't care. They can't cook.
Probably.
I
I would assume.
Carry
would.
your own seasoned salt and garlic
yeah.
pepper.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, bring your hot sauce. Because
And they make them on little keychains now where you can carry your own little
you're
seasoning.
you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you're gonna need it.
I'm gonna do it.
Anything European, you're gonna need some seasoning.
I imagine.
You're gonna need some
I imagine
seasoning.
because I love seasoning.
Yeah, but the experience is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. At the time that I went to London, I think I had just gotten married. And I remember being in London like, damn, I gotta go home, don't I? I got married. Damn, I gotta go home. Because I
You
probably,
liked it.
you know how people will go visit somewhere and just never come home? That I probably would have done that if I had not had just gotten married.
Oh, I
I
can't
probably
wait.
would have never just came back home.
Wow.
I love London. I'm walking next to a skinhead. I'm walking next to an African who got an English accent. I'm walking next to a Chinese person.
Love
I'm walking
that.
the diversity. I love the
that.
diversity. I love the culture. I love it's jump on a train and be in Paris.
See, that's what I'm talking
You know what I'm
about.
saying? Like jump on a train and be. You know what I'm saying? It's different than saying I'm going to Miami.
Yeah, or to Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm going to Miami. Like
It's just a different side of the world to do the same thing.
And
That's what I wanna
the
experience.
connection of being able to get to so
all
many
those
different
places,
places.
that's what
Like
I
I'm gonna
wanna
go.
do.
I think I'm gonna get on the what's the name train. They got that red eye bullet
Yeah.
thing, and all of a sudden I'm in Paris, or I'm gonna be in Amsterdam, or you know what I'm saying. I
want to experience that.
Yeah, it's that was for me. I wouldn't have came home if I had not have just gotten married.
I might not come back.
I'm just gonna stay here. Well, I'm coming to visit in your flat.
In my
In your
flat.
flats, because
I
they
found an
live, a lot of them
exquisite
live in
flats.
flats. In your
Exquisite flat for
So
a
what's
month.
next? What's your next phase of life? I know we're getting ready for retirement.
Yes, December.
Yeah, that's great.
I can't believe it. I've been talking about it.
I
Since
know.
met you, but
I
yeah,
know.
December, and it's interesting. I was listening to you, and we haven't even talked about what we're doing really next. But yeah,
I'm gonna have a travel buddy.
Yeah, girl. But I'm staying like 3 months. So like Costa Rica, 3 months.
Hey, listen, I'm down.
There's no
Mexico
plan.
City, 3 months.
down.
Like just different. I'm just going to go to different countries and just stay. Oh, like
Look, your eyes is back.
you'll be everywhere with us. Because
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how much more travel I want to do in terms of the business.
Yeah.
I I don't know. I luckily just did well enough. I could do it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's just like
Do
in my next phase of my life, what do I want to do? Now
got
I
choices.
enjoy the travel and
Yes.
putting together the events and whatnot, but it can really be a choice now.
Yeah.
Even what I decide to
fine.
do or not do. You know what I mean? So, and we can work from anywhere. You know, that business, we can work from anywhere. We put the work in, and so now it's like, luckily, we
So y'all two hoes about to leave me is what y'all basically saying.
No, you're going to be right there with us
No,
somewhere.
I won't be there.
Why not?
I won't be there
Why
because
not?
I'll be here building this portfolio and
It still can happen.
You can
an
still build
empire.
in
I know, but I got to come and see. I got to check on my properties. I got.
Oh, well, you can
I
do
gotta-
that, but that
do
don't
that.
mean you
I'm-
can't.
I'm
You
not-
can
take
travel with
breaks.
us.
I'm knuckling down. I'm buckling
Let's say
down.
you leave right after closing.
Okay.
you done got the house together. Okay,
Yeah.
we close. All right. You could take a break.
And you're going to have the people in place to run a lot of it for you.
That's what y'all say.
But okay, if you putting it together, I get it.
Yeah,
You could take breaks.
I could. Yeah, I would take a break, but I couldn't be gone that long.
Well, no, we're not saying that long. We're just saying we'll be there. So come in and come
Yeah, I'm
out.
gonna pop in.
Yeah, just
Now,
just
if you
pop
find a 6'5",
Hello,
We'll
have a friend.
FaceTime you. We'll FaceTime
beautiful
you.
chocolate man,
Girl,
Negra.
I don't even care what country he's from. A
found
beautiful
somebody
chocolate
for
man,
you.
about 6'5".
But
Let me know.
That's my goal. And you know, I love Zumba like nothing ever. I really want to be a Zumba instructor. I've
I can
always
see that.
said when I retire, I want to be a Zumba instructor. And so, what we talked about one of our episodes we did about, you know, making sure that we keep our bones and moving
keep
in motion.
moving, yeah.
I was thinking about that, but yeah, I always wanted to retire and be a Zumba.
Look at that. I've been trying to figure out what my old lady job was gonna be.
I ain't gonna have one.
So listen.
That's the goal.
Cause I just like, we getting older. So I tell you, I'm constantly checking like my SSI, like where am I at now? Where they got the in
I
62,
just checked
you
yesterday.
you get 2,000, and they're like really trying to push us to work till we're 70. And
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't nobody holding on to people working that long anymore. They're just not. It's like the younger people are now in charge, and they like, you old like my grandma, and they like letting the older people go. So I can't imagine a lot of
forcing you
people
to
still
retire.
working till you're 70 to get your full SSI benefit. But so in my mind, I'm like, well, dang, if I gotta work that long, what would my job be? Because I know I'm in the IT field. It's so fickle in there right now. And so I'm like, what would my little old lady job be? And so
Oh, Lord.
I don't want to be a greeter at Walmart. I was like, I don't want
what's
to
the
do
old lady
that.
job?
I think I want to work at the eye doctor's place. And so I would tell, yeah, this frame look good on you because your skin tone. I think I would help people get their eyeglasses. I would want to work at a little optometry
I was
place.
just like, what?
Since that will be my old lady job.
I can see
I
you
don't think
doing that
nobody will
too.
fire me from helping people. Well, try these frames on.
Hey, baby.
Hey, here, baby.
Baby,
this,
try this.
this look good on you because I just had my eyes done, okay? Like, yeah. I think that would be my old lady job. I'm not going to I'm going to be rich and sitting down. So
Okay,
I'm not
you
gonna
see
have
my
an old
face is
lady
going.
job. But if I had to have I started thinking about, what would my old lady job? And most people like y'all like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Why is you
I'm
thinking that?
sitting here right now going, what the hell?
My brain, I'm an overthinker. I think about
Or even
kinda
just to
stuff.
stay active. Because
Something to
what I realize
do.
is people retire.
They
and then
still
they're-
want to go back to work and do
and
something. They want to do something.
Yeah, because a lot if you
They're
don't do
bored.
something, it's like your game is over. So you got to create a
that's
new
why.
game. And so, yeah, that's why I was thinking about.
Why
yeah,
is my brain in a whole different place right
I
now?
was thinking about.
know.
That's
With what
how
y'all-
people think.
Yeah, my brain is in a whole different place right now. I don't have my old lady job. And maybe it's because I really haven't had a job in a long
that
time.
might be the difference.
So
yeah.
it's always from an entrepreneurial
Yeah, like,
perspective.
okay, what am
like
I
I
doing
can
next?
see
What am I
myself
doing
70 years old out there
Traveling.
standing in front of a house that's being built, that I'm building this apartment complex or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
at 75. Like she's still building houses. Well, I won't be building it. It's just
I
financing.
mean, I
Yeah.
hear you.
It's
Yeah.
just the financing.
Yeah.
it.
Take care
But
of
I don't
you.
want to. I don't want to have to be on anybody's clock to go do something.
Yeah.
Like if I want to
But you might want to get out and do stuff. It's just something to stay active and do stuff.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
still
you're
being
building
bossy. I just want to be bossy over here.
Okay, that's what it is.
Okay.
Let me boss all the contractors. You know, like, do this.
They like, ma'am, go sit down, ma'am.
Yeah, right.
Sit down, ma'am. You shouldn't even be out here, ma'am. Where's your hard hat, ma'am?
It might be something like that. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. And I understand too with the travel. Travel is, I love my business and I love what I do. But it's not for me forever.
Yeah,
like
it's not
anything.
for everything.
Like anything
Yeah,
else, it's not
you're pivoting.
forever.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm also very big now on trying to figure out. Wait, no, I have figured it out. Now I'm excited about it because it's actually being done.
Yes, it's happening.
You know, we have flipped the first house. Just we have a closing coming up on this house. Have our realtor looking for another property. And my initial thought, like, you know, we've discussed is about fix and flipping, just very stack some money right now. But getting into new construction,
Building subdivisions.
I've been taking a lot of, y'all already know, trainings and classes and mentorships. And I've been traveling. I traveled almost the whole month of, what was that, April? Because I was in different locations for different mentorship programs and stuff like that to really get into real estate. I truly applaud people that have started this early because
Man, they got cold now.
I'm really considering, well, not considering, I'm going to set up, you know, we have the Travel Professionals Training Network. I'm kind of sketched out the framework for it. I'm going to move myself over to school. You've heard of school, right? Mo, SKOOL.
Oh, yeah.
The platform school. Because I really want to be around or start to create a network of people that are really on like the next level of entrepreneurship. And school is just a platform where you create your like you have a Facebook community. So I can do classes in there. I can do.
I never knew what it was.
Yeah, it's called school.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Just didn't know what it
so,
was.
yeah, you can put trainings in there. You can do all that kind of stuff. I think so.
Like when they were hearing about it getting put out of school, so then a whole bunch of black people trying to make
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you can put it. It's just a platform for you to house your stuff on. Like how people have webinars and all that kind of stuff. You can have a free community. It could be a subscription, you know, and stuff like that. Because you've heard me talking a lot about just how our travel business is providing us opportunities, as any business should. If, you know, when your business starts to become profitable, how your business can start to help with other opportunities and stuff. And my brain is always on something about leveraging your credit. My brain is always on something about funding. Now, and once you start looking at funding, I don't know how all these people get your name, email, phone number, whatever.
Get all
this
kind of
funding.
text messages.
Yeah. Now everybody is trying to reach you for funding.
nice.
And some of it is legit, some of it isn't. I just choose to go through avenues that I know
for sure.
are legit. And as hard as they say things are with, you know, trying to get funding and things like that through banks and stuff like that, banks have been very good to me. So I think I'm in a place like I would love to show other people how to do what I've learned.
Makes sense.
So, and especially travel agents, you know, our travel agents, but any business that you're in, learning how to leverage your business. Matter of fact, it's funny. I was talking to Craig and I were just texting or something. I had to text him something while you guys were gone this week or something. And I forgot what the question even was. And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get this stuff done. I'm trying to close on this house. He's like, what house? You know, and then all of a sudden we were just back and forth. And he was like, wait, I got that. I could do that. I could, you know, and I was like, well, when you get back, make sure you talk to me next week. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I always say, you know, I'm stop trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
Bring everybody with me. You're still doing it.
Yeah.
You're still doing it. Because I think it's the education. Like I'm really baffled at how much we were not taught.
Oh gosh.
And that I'm just
That was on
learning
purpose.
in my 50s. In my 50s. So I know it's not time for me to sit down yet. And I would hate for a lot of this information to just die with me. I know that sounds like, if that's weird.
No.
Like you gotta help somebody else make it. Like you gotta help somebody else make it. Even though I'm not there yet, I know what I need to do, and it's great that I'm starting it now. Well, not starting it, I'm already in
doing
it.
it. Yeah.
That I'm doing it. But if I had this knowledge 20 years ago, 30 years ago,
God.
in my 20s when I had all the energy.
But you know what? Would you
it.
have listened? Because I'm always preaching to my kids, like I'm trying to put them in a better, and I was like, I wish I had somebody telling me this when I was in my 20s. My kids still don't listen. They just want to do what they, so do you think you would have listened if somebody came to you and said something?
I think I would have, only because I never knew, I never thought I was supposed to work.
Yeah.
I didn't say I wasn't supposed to earn an income. Right? Look, I never said I was supposed to sit at home.
Right.
Well, we don't have our conversation about soft life.
Yeah, I want to sit there
coming up. I never had a soft life. I never thought it was going to be a soft life, but my mother was always an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I always saw it.
That's what you saw.
You always said, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
what
she
you saw.
asked that question, I was like, You would have listened a lot.
Yeah,
and
I
your
think
group
I
wouldn't
would have
have.
listened
You would have
at that age. But they can only teach us what they knew. My mom didn't know this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if my mom, because my mom was a hustler.
He's
Not a hustler. If my mom had a knew half of the stuff that I've just learned in the last year.
Oh man.
Period. We would be I would be a millionaire now.
Yeah.
Because I know my mother, the things that she would have put in place to make sure that her kids were millionaires, because my mother would have been a millionaire. But, you know, we always talk about financial literacy and financial education and things that we weren't taught. So my next phase for me, and I know I'll probably still be in travel, maybe another 4 or 5 years, because it is financing a life that I want, or that I've become accustomed to. But at the same time, it's also providing me to be able to do some of the other things. I wish I could clone myself sometimes. Like, I wish there was more of me.
Yeah.
Just for time
Not enough
management.
hours in a day.
Yeah.
To do everything.
And then I'm
you need to
tired
do.
earlier than I'm.
Yeah. Okay.
We ain't gonna get on them conversations again. I do. Like, you know, I used to burn the midnight oil all the time.
Now
And
it's
I
just
need to take a
I
nap.
gotta get a nap.
dozing off at the desk. I'll just be like,
I know I'm asleep at my desk, and God forbid if I eat anything.
It's all right.
That itis is
Got to go
so real.
lay down.
But it's almost like it puts me in a stupor. That is so real. So yeah, if the younger me would have heard it.
You would have listened.
The younger me would
But
have
it's a
heard
lot
it.
of people, younger people that aren't
Oh, they
listening.
not. Because as much as I talk about this all the time, where my son at? He ain't studying none of what I'm talking about right now. Like, bruh.
So,
bruh.
But there are those that'll listen and will pay for it. So that'd be a smart move for you.
But even just to help just the few, because I do these lives, and Cherie see them all the time. I do lives in the group every once in a while, just little rants or something. And I did one, it's probably about 3 months old, 2-3 months old. And one of our former agents, Tracy, called me. And she said, Allegra, I just had to call you. She said, because I watched your live and I went and did exactly what you told me during that live. She said, I got a credit card for this amount. I got to, because she's like, me and my husband have been trying to figure out how to get into real estate, you know, when you don't have that large savings.
Yeah.
And she was like, but we both had good credit, but we don't know what to do with our credit. And, you know, and we were told so much to, you know, how having debt was bad. I'm so in debt right now, y'all. But it's good debt.
well, yeah, I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying? But
there's a lot
learning
of,
the
there
difference
is a
with
lot of
debt.
bad debt because
Yeah.
people don't know what to do with it, and they getting things that they don't even know what they got. So
Yeah.
you just had to know how to use it and what to do with it
Yeah.
and how it makes you money.
Yeah, right.
That's the difference.
Right. So, yeah. So, but just having her, and I think that's what made me think about it, because she called me like literally the following day. She said, oh my God, you dropped so many gems
so
in that thing. You know, even just the smallest of William, the realtor. And I had lunch last week when you had called, and we were talking, was meeting with one of his associates, and we were going to pay. And I was like, is that a debit card? I was like, don't ever pull your debit card out. And sat and did a whole class in 5 seconds. And I was like, you should never use your debit card ever in life. The only time I think the last time I had to use my debit card, I was frustrated because I couldn't remember my PIN because I hadn't used it in so long. I couldn't remember what my PIN was. I was like, what is your PIN number? Because I lived my entire life on credit cards. Because of the points that it can get you. You know, and so I literally sat there at lunch
teaching
him and his associate, and it was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I was like, you should never, ever use a debit card. Ever. Get your credit together that you could get a card that's going to give you, the card need to give you something. Every time you use, I'm talking to you, Mo. Every time you use your debit card, what do you get? No, your debit card.
Not
you don't get
damn,
anything.
Not a damn.
You're just giving away money. You're just using money. But every time you use that credit card that gives you points, you're earning some sort of points. So now when you go to put that $50 worth of gas in your car, put that $50 worth of gas on your credit card that gives you 50 points, and then go home and pay your card $50.
That's the discipline.
It's still the same $50, but now you got
points.
250 points because your card probably gives you 4 times the points or 4.5 times the points, 5 times the points or whatever. And you don't realize it. And all of a sudden you have all these points from your everyday life that you're doing anyway. So you want to book a flight?
Yeah, first class with your points.
Your
points.
The points pay. I don't pay for flights.
Points.
I'm ready to go to Bali. Thank you. In October. I want a Q suite. I want a first class Q suite. I'm not gonna pay $10,000 for that daggone Q suite. But I'm looking at my points right now. I got about 800,000 points, and that suite that I want is 700,000 points. I want to fly first class on that flight. Period. I've been saving my points for that flight. You know, when Du Bois got to go out to California or something like that, I use some of your points. Boy, leave my points.
Like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Right.
I'm saving them points. Like, people like, you got a lot. I know, but I got a lot because I want that. That's a 30-hour flight.
Yeah, I want to be comfortable.
And I need the cocoon. I need the whole experience. Bring me my pajamas and my champagne. Let me put my jammies on and put my feet up. I need the whole experience. But you can do anything. You can shop with your points. Like, it's free money.
Yeah.
But if you use your debit card, you got nothing. But it's the exact same purchase.
You just have to have a lot of discipline.
Yeah. To pay your card.
Because you're going to pay it anyway.
Yeah,
so
you're going to pay it anyway.
For me, I just swipe and pay. So at night, I really go and just pay on
What did I do today? And if you did,
bills.
and I started doing it daily, and then you miss a day. And by the end of the week, I'd be like, what did you do this week? Oh my God. But guess what? If it was my debit card, it would have swiped out anyway.
Yeah.
It'd have been gone anyway. So I'll go in at the end of the week, settle your card for the week. So, but go ahead. Come on, Mo.
What do you use? And I know you say money that's in your account, you use it all. But then what do you use for
Only to pay my credit card? The only thing I use my money for is to pay my credit card. Because if I book a flight, I'm going to put it on that card. Guess what? That's, I want a first class flight to Jamaica. It was $2,000. That's 2,000 points. If I had to swipe that card on my debit card and pay with my debit card, that was just $2,000 out the window. Right? So I eat at a restaurant. My Uber Eats is attached to my credit card.
And certain cards.
Right. And you got to know which card does
to use
what.
to get the most.
If I use this card, I get 1 point for restaurants and whatever. But because it's on this card, that gives me 4 points. So every dollar I spend is 4 points. So that $50 you spent on Uber Eats that you were going to use your debit card for, now just gave you 200 points. So your everyday life that you use, when you go to the cleaners, you pick your cleaners up, it's $12. That's 12 points. But it's little stuff, but you don't realize how much stuff it has just accumulated. So now when you want to go, a free vacation, you just on the everyday life that you are already doing, you got a whole pool of points over here that you can, you want to go to Jamaica? I think I'm going to go to Jamaica this weekend.
Pay for your room.
Let me see how
and your
many
flight.
points I got. It can pay for your hotel. It can pay for your flight.
Yep.
Everything. Rent, you need
Some
to rent,
of them
you need to
use
rent a
points for
car.
concerts and stuff.
Yeah, you
It's
want to
a
go to
lot.
concerts.
And then depending on what card you have,
Yeah.
they give you benefits. So like one of the cards for I get
I go to the lounge.
I get $50 every 6 months for free. So I always go into Hilton and order a gift card because it's on my calendar. So January, today's June 1st, and it's on my calendar for today. So I buy a $50 gift
And
card
you tell me
on a
this all the
certain
time. I
card,
gotta do it.
and then they give me the credit. The credit card company gives me back the credit. Or every year you get a $200 voucher for a fine hotel.
Hotel, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
So you want to stay at
there's so many
that
benefits.
5-star whatever, that's $500 a night.
Yeah.
You got a $200 credit.
Neiman Marcus.
Yeah.
I keep telling you,
Neiman
Neiman Marcus,
Marcus
you get
gives
so
you-
all my makeup come from Neiman Marcus because every 6 months
They give you a
I
free
get it,
credit
and then I
because you
get my
have this
credit
card.
back.
You're using this
So
card.
listen, that's what happens when you learn how to
Leverage
maximize
your
your
credit,
credit cards,
yep.
your points. That's how you start saving so much money.
You
because
save
you
so
really
much
start
money.
getting a lot for free.
Because you're getting
not
everything
paying
for
it.
free.
Yeah.
On the stuff you were spending money on anyway.
Anyway.
And you see, because when I was growing up,
Don't you get no credit card. Don't you mess up
Yeah.
your credit.
right?
But it
You
still
weren't taught
don't
the
mess up your
discipline.
credit. You have to have discipline.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to
So
be
when you
taught the
say bad
discipline.
credit, it's the people that go out and do it and say, okay, but I'm going to pay this like how we do, but they really don't.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's escalated.
Now you got a big old bill.
And a whole lot of debt and can't figure out what it's for. You have to have discipline.
Yeah, now
But
you
it
got a
does
big old
work.
bill that you can't afford
It
to
does
pay
work.
because you also have been using your money and you done spent your money. Why? Because you're putting stuff on credit. No, your money is only for you to pay off that card. You don't pull your debit card out for anything. Anything. We
Making
have some
money.
people, because we do business with different people in other countries, they'll be like, well, we're going to send you a link. I said, if I can't pay it on my credit card, it won't happen.
Don't send it.
Y'all need to figure out how this credit card gonna pay. I got to send you $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm about to send you a wire?
No.
No, ma'am. That's 100,000 points.
You taking
know how many
100,000
flights
points
that is
away
for me?
from me.
Right.
Absolutely
Domestic
not.
flights. Like if
But
I
it's
want to go to
true.
Chicago, I want to go to
Yeah.
Dallas, I need to go fly down to Miami or whatever. So like when we have to fly for, I got a cruise that's leaving out of Miami. I got to leave with a group. I want to fly down to Miami. I can fly down there first class if I want to because I got plenty of points from Uber Eats, eating out, from going to the cleaners. I bought something at Macy's, whatever. It all comes through my credit card because all my points are just doing this.
Stacking.
Right. So I'm not wiring you $50,000 to pay for the big party, something. You better send me a link that I can swipe that
You
card
better figure
on.
it out.
Thank you.
You better figure it
That's
out.
50,000
Yeah,
points.
thank you.
That's several domestic flights
It is.
for free.
Money moves.
I don't ever touch your debit card. So these are the things and because I'm saying all this because we do travel, we have to buy a lot of flights. We have to buy flights everywhere. We have to visit different hotels, all that kind of stuff. We could go and do this stuff for free. Off of the money that we were using anyway.
So she should teach classes. That's your old lady job.
That's my old lady job. Anyway.
That's your next
And we'll have a whole nother conversation, talk about how I just paid closing costs on a house
Yeah,
with a
that's-
credit card. Didn't even have to touch my savings. People are buying home. If you look on Instagram, it's all over Instagram talking about how you buy homes on credit cards. I follow her name is Charmaine Sanders, Females Who Flip. Shout out to Charmaine. Young lady, 30-something years old, has a group called Females Who Flip. Now they're going to call themselves Females Who Build
Oh,
because
girl.
they
Oh,
are
wow.
doing developments. And guess where the
Go
money
ahead.
coming from?
Credit cards. Look at that.
And at the same time, they're getting points. Maxing out their cards.
Look at that.
You got to have $30,000. You have to have $30,000 to close on a house. Where you pull it from? Pull it off your credit card.
Swipe.
Go buy a house with a credit card. Yep. And then teaching women. She has a pool where she's teaching women and young women how to pool their money together. They're flipping together. They're buying homes together. They're building together. You got a $20,000 card. You got a $10,000 card. You got a whatever $1,000 card, we need to have 50,000 at closing. You pull 10, you pull 10, I'll pull 10, you pull 10, you'll pull 10. We got $50,000. Let's go close on this apartment building together. Right?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Sell it, pay off your card, pay off your card, pay off your card. Because the
And
first thing you're going to do
rinse
is
and
pay the
repeat.
cards off.
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is the profit. Now, what we going to do with this? You can take your money and go on about your business. You can take your money. Let's go buy something
Rinse and
else.
repeat.
Like, period. And never, ever touch money. All came off credit cards.
Y'all can do it.
I'm watching people do it, and then it's something about it because as being a little older, we were trained different about money. We were trained different about credit. We were taught different things about credit and credit cards and debt and all of those things. Rich people are always in debt because they never touch their own money. We always hear it all the time, other people's money. That's credit cards, that's loans, that's all those different things. We are closing on a house on coming up and literally pulled money from the card, paid the down payment and deposit, and got a loan that's paying for the whole rehab of the house. Don't have to pay a dime out of our
Out
pocket.
of pocket at all.
House is $155,000. Just had the appraisal done without even having it done yet. It's not even fixed up yet. It's $335,000. We're paying the house. It's $155,000. It's going to cost about $80,000 to fix it up. They're giving us the whole $80,000 to fix it up. Where did that initial money come from? Credit card.
Credit cards.
Never touched our savings. I'm telling you.
Goes down.
So my next phase for me is I figure
building.
I want to build a portfolio in the next 5 years.
Well on your way.
Yeah, in the next 5 years. So I'm not gonna have an old lady job. I want to collect rent.
You collect rent. I still want to get out and do something.
I do. I'm gonna go buy and check on my. I can go buy and check on my. That's work. I'm gonna go
Don't
drive by
harass
and go
them
look.
people.
I'm gonna go
Y'all
drive.
ain't taking care of my spots.
I'm gonna go by and go look at the properties and stuff, or I'm gonna look at them from the webcam while I'm in
She
Italy
said from
with
the
you.
webcam.
We still
Look, while I'm in Italy and Costa Rica with you,
Stuff.
I'm gonna be over here. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all.
She
Hold on.
said
I gotta
from
check
the
on my
web-
properties.
People,
Gotta check
yeah.
on my properties. Yeah. So initially, I'm fixing, flipping, and then by the end of the year, I'm actually looking for land now. I want to build. Start building, and guess what? It's all coming off credit card.
Yeah. Y'all got some gems today.
Hello. But I'm going to set up school, SKOOL, which is just the platform. B been trying to get me to do it for long as William been trying to get me to do it for long as Billy. He's like, oh, man, you need to be doing these webinars on school, but not for that. But he was talking about the travel webinars and stuff. So just moving it from that platform. But I love our group. It's almost 3,000 people in there, but really it's probably about 100 that are active.
And what the
Travel Professionals
yeah.
Training Network. So less than 100 of us go move over here. That's really about some business right now. Because if you're not leveraging your credit and if you're not leveraging our businesses right now to start whatever new venture you want to do, it don't have to be real estate. Whatever new venture you want to do, you're sleeping on it. You're sleeping on it. So that's kind of my next phase of life. And then I'm gonna come sit over in Italy and Costa Rica with y'all.
Yeah, because I ain't doing that. I'm out.
I'm
I'm
traveling.
just out.
Well, you know what? I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be rich.
A property management
I mean-
company.
Yeah,
oh, no, the
manage
property man- I'm
properties
not
and you
managing
still
none
can
of that.
Travel
Yeah.
and live life.
Oh no, it's gonna be under a property manager. I'm
Yeah.
not. I ain't
Yeah.
calling nobody collecting no money. It's gonna. I mean, they only get 10% or
Yeah.
so. Even if you had to get them 15%, it's
Yeah.
worth the headache. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put a warranty on every property.
Yep.
Something wrong, called a warranty company. They'll send out the people to
They'll
whatever, and
go
I just
do
pay
it.
my
Yep.
warranty stuff like
Yep.
I'm supposed to. I don't want to have to do all of that.
You
But
said you are going to have a property manager or not?
I am.
No, she
yeah,
is,
that
yeah.
makes
I
sense.
am. I
Okay,
am.
that makes
Live
sense.
life.
Yeah. But I want to sit back and just check my bank account. Is this the first of the month? Is this when the deposit hit? When the first hit?
money.
I think deposit hit on the 10th. I just want to check it up. Yep, I'm coming to Costa Rica.
Today's the first.
Coming to Costa Rica, Cherise. My money just hit.
It's Pride Month. It's the first day of June.
Yeah. Oh, it is Pride Month.
It is the first day of Pride.
It is Pride Month. But yeah, that's kind of my next phase. So I'm gonna work hard for another probably 5 years.
Okay.
Another 5 years. Because when I sit down, I want to be able to sit down. And when I say I ain't got to do nothing if I don't want to, I will, because I know I won't stop. But if I don't want to,
You don't have to.
I don't have to.
It ain't a worry in the world.
In the world. So that's where I'm at.
No, it makes sense. It makes
And then I'm
sense.
gonna come to Costa Rica with y'all. Look, I'm gonna keep throwing that in there. Then I'm gonna come to Costa Rica with y'all. So
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. I mean, that's what I am going to do. So the difference
that's like
is
soon.
you did the entrepreneurial. So you know what I mean. And
but
I
okay,
just,
I'm not gonna put your thing out there, but you have an idea of a product that you've been thinking of. So
Yes.
you're not really sitting down. Because that's got to go into development and
yeah, but if it take too much out of me, I don't want to
She's
do
saying,
it.
like,
No, but I'm
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
Like, although it was sweat and tears working all them damn years, but I was lucky enough to meet my teacher years ago, who was a Jewish lady that literally told me, although I wish I would have didn't have to
Other
work so
stuff,
hard,
yeah.
but she did teach me about 401s and pensions and investing and all of those things. So at least when I retire, because it was a different era, but at least when I retire, I can truly walk away and know I'm okay.
Yeah,
real
that's
for
great.
real, and
Yeah.
have an option of doing something else or not. Now, you know, and I'll be well off. I'll be good. I'll be good. So if I do
you say,
something
boo?
else, I'll be well off.
I'll be well
I'll be
off.
good.
What'd you say?
well,
What'd you say, boo?
I will. I mean, I put
Yeah.
in a lot of
time. Shit.
Yeah, you've
just
been there.
learning
You've been
and
there a long
understanding
time.
how to do it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And was lucky enough to be grandfathered into a pension plan. So I have to
That's
say
so
that's on my
bomb.
side because a lot of
So
people,
bomb.
you know,
Aren't.
Yeah.
are
yeah.
not. But I said all that to say, you know, I have choices.
That's great.
So I just have
That's
to
the great
decide. Yeah, I have choices, but I do the ideal that I told you about. That's a legacy
Yes.
to leave for the girls.
Yeah.
And that's my mindset. But I don't want to work that hard though, so I really have to think about that. You know, like I don't.
Yeah, but you'll have the
But,
time
or
to
maybe
figure it
I
out.
just need a couple of years. I just need maybe a year. Maybe, girl, when you walk away from,
It's a
see,
lot.
you didn't have that. You've always, even though you still worked hard, but it wasn't like,
somebody,
I gotta take PTO.
Yeah.
I gotta,
Yeah.
you know, like to just not have to worry about any of those things. I think I just want a little bit of space to just
Breathe.
feel what it's like to not have to. But then I know my brain, it'll be back on 10 again. But it's all a choice.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's your choice.
So everybody comment what your pivot would be, or if you have a pivot
Yes.
plan. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, y'all. Well, here we are again.
Right.
Wrapping up another one. This is Timeless and Unfiltered. This is Allegra. I'm
And Sharice, and now y'all got me thinking over here.
We are spilling tea on midlife.
And hopefully Ivania will be back soon.
She will. Come back,
One
girl.
life at a time. Thank you guys.